We have an update now on a Local 12 investigation. Kenton County Commonwealth's Attorney Rob Sanders has returned some of the guns transferred to him by the Covington Police Department more than a month after they were requested. Local 12 has also learned Sanders was removed from a federal program that distributes drug forfeiture money. Anjanette Levy has been looking at where that money went and what Covington's police chief is saying about the return of the guns. Anjanette.
Well, Paula, Covington Police Chief Brian Carter says most of those guns were returned today. And we found out that the 5 guns loaned by Covington Police to the Commonwealth Attorney's office were not the only guns in that office's possession. Between 2012 and 2013, Covington Police transferred 5 guns to the Commonwealth's Attorney's office. Rob Sanders reported one of the guns, a Taurus PT 92 9mm, stolen from his unlocked vehicle last month, days after the police chief asked for it back. Another was an AR-15.
I really don't know why a prosecutor's office would need something like that, but in today's day and age, prosecutors get threatened.
Mike Allen is a former Hamilton County prosecutor. Covington Police Chief Brian Carter says the guns were loaned to the Commonwealth's Attorney's office 2 weeks ago. We told you Chief Carter issued this order stating Rob Sanders and his staff were no longer allowed in the police department without an escort because of trust issues. In a statement, Carter says, this return of the guns is at least a start to the long road ahead of rebuilding the trust between the Covington Police Department and the Kenton County Commonwealth's Attorney's Office. Local 12 also discovered through a Freedom of Information Act request that Sanders' office was removed from a federal asset forfeiture program in March. A Department of Justice review found significant issues with the account. Sanders wrote a check to the DOJ for more than $67,000.
I have not seen a situation where there was an audit performed on a prosecutor's office, drug fine, asset forfeiture money, and basically saying, write us a check, you owe us this money. No, I've not seen that.
This letter from the DOJ says there was no tracking system for items purchased, including guns. Funds from other accounts were commingled, and money was spent on impermissible items. Local 12 reviewed the records from Sanders' office and found he received more than $300,000 in forfeiture funds. There were permissible purchases, including seminars for training, 7 guns, and office furniture. But there were also purchases not allowed, including clothes for a detective and polo shirts for office staff.
When you're handling public money, you have to be precise about it. You have to be precise in how you're spending it, you know, where you're putting it and what you're doing with it, and it appears that that wasn't the case here.
We should mention that Sanders also failed to file the proper paperwork associated with that account for a few years. Now, over the last 2 weeks, we have contacted Rob Sanders on several occasions requesting interviews. He either didn't acknowledge those requests or declined them. And today, though, he did issue a statement saying that he returned all of the guns to the Covington PD except for the one that he reported stolen. He also said the review of his forfeiture account showed that his office did not follow many of the guidelines associated with that account, but he said that no monies or assets were missing or misappropriated. Reporting live from the Covington Police Department, Anjanette Levy, Local 12 News. Paula, back to you.
All right, thank you, Anjanette.